So I decided to explain Erickson's psychosocial theory by personifying the life cycle of a tree. Let's begin with a seed. A seed must depend on the earth to provide for its basic needs. The seed gets energy from the sun and water from the earth to grow. The seed trusts its surroundings to provide for its needs. In the same way, an infant has to rely on its caregiver to provide for its needs. According to research done by Don Hamachek, if a caregiver fails to meet the needs of an infant in the trust versus mistrust stage, the infant is likely to progress throughout life mistrusting others. This mistrust will affect the relationship with friends and intimate partners later in life. Now the seed forces itself into the ground and begins to germinate. Germination means that a seed is learning to use the resources that is in its environment to provide for its needs. According to Zastrow and Kirst Ashman, toddlers learn to feed themselves too. If they are discouraged from completing this task, a sense of shame and doubt will emerge instead of autonomy. Self-doubt will take over their life instead of the self-confidence that is supposed to emerge in this stage. The seed overcomes the crisis by producing a shoot that forms at the end of the seed. This will enable the seed to start gathering water for itself. The seed begins to feel confident that it can accomplish feeding itself on its own. Since the seed is able to gather water for itself, the seed is getting big enough to emerge out of the ground and become a seedling, like this seedling behind us here. However, the seedling has to take on its own initiative first to break out of the ground, or else it cannot grow and advance to the next stage. A toddler can also relate to this development in terms of Erickson's psychosocial theory. According to Hamachek's behavioral expressions of an individual who portrays succeeding in this stage, toddlers who are encouraged to explore the unforeseen world are more likely to develop into ambitious adults who have high energy levels to get tasks done. Once the seedling is 3 feet tall, it is now considered a sapling, like this sapling right here. In this stage, the sapling has to work hard and stay extra healthy to begin producing flowers and fruit. If they fail at this important task, they will never become a mature tree. A sapling has to be determined and work hard to become at least 3 feet tall. If they do not succeed, the sapling is likely to feel a sense of inferiority when it compares itself to other mature saplings. During this stage, the sapling is almost a mature tree. However, the tree understands that the role of its existence is to become a mature tree. Saplings are encountering 2 of Erickson's stages during the sapling phase. The 4th stage, entitled the industry versus inferiority stage, which is the tree working hard to prove itself, and the 5th stage, identity versus role confusion stage, which is the tree understanding that its role in life is to produce flowers and fruit, therefore it should secure a solid identity to carry into the next stage. Now here we are standing under a mature walnut tree. Mature trees' main ambition is to produce flowers and fruit, like this walnut here. Flower and fruit are the product of a tree's life, so without them, they are likely to feel lonely and isolated. Adults exiting out of the identity versus role confusion stage also have an ambition to not feel isolated. According to Paul Poole and Jawa Boykak, individuals entering into adulthood are geared to be extremely preoccupied with producing an intimate partner in their life. Ancient trees like this massive walnut tree here above us stop producing fruit and flowers and allow the younger trees to take on that role. In order for a new generation of trees to grow, ancient trees drop their seeds in order to produce new trees. Without ancient trees, new trees would not be able to thrive and get a chance at life. Erickson's 7th stage, called generativity versus stagnation, explains that mature adulthood is characterized by adults providing for the next generation, much like this ancient tree provides for the next generation of new trees. Here we have an old decaying tree, also called a snag. Decaying trees, or snags, are at the end of their life. Decaying trees will either look back on their life and be proud of the way they cared for the younger trees and feel satisfied with how much they produced and they created, or they will feel a sense of disparity if they do not fulfill their duties. The 8th stage, ego integrity versus despair stage, states that an individual will feel a sense of disparity if they do not properly address the crises that they encountered throughout their lifetime. Ego integrity is what the end product of what these stages have been trying to create. An individual who has a strong sense of ego integrity feel good about their life and accomplishments. This is the ultimate goal. And there you have it, folks, from seed to snag in terms of Erickson's psychosocial theory.